is kind of go through the handouts that I threw to your guys, and the two different ones that I gave. We'll kind of go through those points. We'll go through some basic sound pronunciations from this dialect sheet that I gave you. And then what we can do is kind of do some round robining of, let's say, group songs. Like you take that line and we'll kind of go around the room and we'll negotiate together corrections and how would I mark my script to remind myself of the dialect sounds. So you can kind of go through your sounds and how to mark your script as well, taking some of these ideas here. How many people know IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet? Okay, so look at a handful of us. You can use the real symbols, or you can use whatever symbols get you to that sound in your head. That's why I kind of made this a little bit more just, normal alphabet friendly than symbols, so that you can understand how the sounds change, okay? So a really important thing to remember is that in the South, that a lot of the R's is for the African American folks and for the upper class white folks, okay, and most of it, the R's are dropped at the ends of a word, or if it has like a sound like like word in the middle, word. So instead of letting your tongue curl back and make a hard R, word, which might be for a deep, a West Texas sound, word. Feel the tip of your tongue, word, until it's like pulled back a little bit to make the R coloring. Now let it release front and relax your lips. Word, word. And in normal English we might say word. So it's kind of in the middle. It's even more of a jaw drop, word. Like, my word. Okay, yes, good. So that's a really important thing. Now, if we have an R that's part of a consonant cluster, like PR, BR, bring, pretty, you would use the R sound there. But at the end, like ER, mother, father, mother, father, mother, father. So that jaw drop, the tongue is low and released. Okay, yes. The old hills of Georgia, so obviously. Okay, so anytime you have like OR in the middle, ER, that's in the middle syllable, that you could make it more the sound, take your pencil and through that R, slash it. That's to remind yourself to drop the R. Mother, slash the R at the end. Okay? Now, for some of the lower class white folks, Mary Fagan, Mrs. Fagan, okay, sometimes the more rural sounds can incorporate more R coloring into it. So you can play, well, my mother said, versus like Lucille and Watson and Slayton, my mother said, be much more refined, deep south, genteel Georgia, as would the African American folks say that as well. Yeah? Okay. So let's also talk about some of the basic vowel sounds. This is really important, the oo, okay? Oo often has, we have a lot of diphthongs. You know what diphthongs are? Are two vowel sounds squished together to make one sound. You kind of move your mouth through two sounds to make it. Like AI, like time. Okay, so you realize if I have a diphthong sound because my mouth moves to a different vowel sound in the middle of it. Time, going from A to E, time, right? Versus making it a one sound, time. What time is it? Okay, so a lot of times those secondary diphthong sounds get minimalized to a one sound, like I becomes ah. What time is it? No, thank you, I don't have the time. Okay, try that. No, thank you, I don't have the time. No, thank you, I don't have the time. That's right. Okay, so, and sometimes, because of the drawl sound, we actually elongate and put diphthong sounds where there shouldn't be. It's like, where there should be ones, we don't have it, and where there should be one, we make it longer. So, we can put an imaginary like a schwa sound, like the word the. That's an sound, okay, that's a schwa sound, which is the upside down little backward six, okay? And that, like, we might put an elongation there, like a good list of words here. Okay, even putting in a Y sound, the Y sound into the sound. Like, instead of saying, you know, oh that was bad. That was bad. Bad. So you're actually stretching, that was bad. 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 Right. Be it. Like, I swear that horse bit right through that harness. I swear. There's the swear, Y, like Y-U-H. Swear that horse slash through it. Horse bit right through that harness. H-A-R slash the R. Harness. See it? Okay. So sometimes we stretch and add more drawl. We add and say like, I have a southern drawl. And watch how much I stretch my face. Drawl. Round to close. Drawl. Feel it. Drawl. Yeah. Drawl. I have a southern. And where are we slashing the R? E-R-N. Southern, like, and I put like U-H over the R, you know. Southern drawl. Good, yes, okay. Let's look at our Memphis sheets, and we're gonna adapt some different things. The oo sound it's not just oo, it's ew. There's an E before it, and again, we're adding a diphthong to normally a simple vowel sound. So instead of just saying, you know, Huey, we'd say Huey. Huey. What's up, Huey? What's up, Huey? Okay. The ends of things that are E at the end, like Huey, all the final Ys, Lys, ILYs, or sounds that have E at the end become I and much more relaxed. Huey. Huey. What, like, do that right quickly. Do that right quickly. Instead of right quickly, quickly. Mm-hmm. So I would put an IH over Ys, Lys to get yourself, if you have anything as Emily, you have anybody who has a name in the show that ends with an E sound, it becomes an I sound. Anybody got one? Like what? Like Minnie. Perfect. Mary Fagan. What else? What other ones we have? Dorsey. Mr. Dorsey. Mr. U-H slash the R, U-H. Mr. Dorsey. Feel it? Okay. All right, so now let's go back to the oo sound and find and we're also going to, any ing sounds, slash the G. A lot of it's just an N apostrophe. Okay, so we don't often do ing. The ing, it's like running. Hoping, instead of hoping, running. Okay, I'm hoping that you can come to my box social. I'm hoping you can come to the party. Try that. I'm hoping party. T-I-H. Yeah. Instead of party. Good. Okay, so let's go through the oo. Huey. Calhoun. Doing. Big news. I got big news. Instead of I got big news, news. EU, news. Mm-hmm. There we are. Opportune. Good. Now, this next sound is the O sound, the O vowel, okay? O is, in itself is a diphthong. It goes between O and going to oo. O, like, oh gosh. Give me one. Yeah, like, oh no. Watch your mouth move between a diphthong. Oh no. That's how we normally do it, right? Now, there are two possible sounds for this dialect with the O. One of them you can hear in the original cast recording with Carolee Carmello. She has a very tight O. Oh no, Leo. She has a very closed O. Okay? Most of the South has more of an open O that goes from an ah to an O, so it's spread. Coat. Instead of ow. Spread your face. Cow. Spread to round. Right. Coat. Owen. Oh no. Coca-Cola. I want a Coke. You can also say, I want a Coke. I want a Coke. And go really closed. So it's not O, it's O or ow. It's tighter or looser, depending. Give me some O words, like aula. Aula stova. You could say aula stova. Iola stova, the real closed one. Iola stova or Iola stova. Both are correct. Okay, and that'll be a David determination whether he wants to, or maybe I would say if you are more maybe African American or lower white class, I would definitely hit the ow, the spread one. Okay, and most of us are that. But maybe Lucille has the opportunity to do more of a refined tight O, but it'd be totally appropriate to do the loose one. Okay, let's go to our next number 3. The ah becomes ow. Ow. Okay? So instead of stall, it's stow. Again, feel your face stretch. Again, it's spread to round. Spread to round. Stow. Ballin'. Lawyer. Lawyer. Yow. Right. And the L's at the end, anything that ends with an L, it's kind of swallowed. Yow. It's not y'all. Yow. It goes back in the face. Ballin'. Quit your ballin'. That'd be more lower class. If you were high class, would you quit your ballin'? Quit your ballin', young lady. Quit your ballin', young lady. If you were more lower class, quit your ballin', young lady. Young lady. Right. Little more rural. Yeah? This is huge. All Southern dialects reverse this. The S sound in pen is switched to the I sound in pin, and the reverse. All the I sounds become S sounds. So just like over every E word, put an IH. Over every I word, put an EH. Okay? So, the pin was next to the pen, would be the pan was next to the pin. It's reversed. I know, it's a total mind warp. Okay, so, and look what I did, like I. Do you see what I did over that sentence? The pan was next. So even like those small words, next becomes next. To the pen. The pan was next to the pen. Okay, let's go to the next one. Since when could I leave Memphis? So it becomes since when could I leave Memphis? Okay, any becomes any. I don't want any of that. Good. And then never, the VER slash through the R at the end of never, so it'd be never. I never thought I'd do that. Never thought. So it's never. I never thought. Good. Tennessee. So a lot of times, if it's not a pure E, it can either go to again the I or Tennessee. That's a little more country bumpkin. That's a little more rural. Tennessee. Say. So it's say. Again, move the mouth from low to up. Say. Let's see if there's any. Are there any things like in the hymn song, or are there any E words? Oh, let's see. Lose all their guilty stains. Try that. So it's that EU. Lose. EU. Right. EOO. Lose all Those. Guilty. Stay. Good. Let's see. Yeah. Sure.
How would you say Lucille?
Lucille. Sail. The E is a little drop. Sail. Sail. Lucille. Miss Lucille. Yep. Leo. Yeah, it could be Leo, or Leo. Leo, O, or O. But it's not Leo. It's not just straight ahead American. Yeah, question? Okay, no. Let's look at the R's, okay? Again, with a slash into the R's. Urban. We're really gonna drop there's a UR, we're gonna drop it to that sound. Instead of urban, like you were really country bumpkin, you could say urban, but the upper class white folks and the African American folks, urban. Eternity. Yeah. And be careful of, it depends on what, Maryland wants for group diction, but a lot of times those TYs, that T sound is not, it's not eternity, it's eternity. A lot of that is dropped, okay, as long as we can understand it in group numbers and things like that. We may make some exceptions for clarity. Mr. Or Mr. Mr. So I becomes right? Mr. Mr. Frank. Mr. Dorsey. Yeah, what?
Did they ever drop the T on that? Like, Mr.?
That might be for like the old black Joe approach to an African American really being, I'm gonna be mumbling and shuffling to the white folks. Missa. You could say Missa.
Okay.
You could. But it depends where you work, like because Minnie works in the house, she probably has some level of, I can talk to people who come to the door, and I'm not like out in the fields or whatever, yeah? Right. Okay, so and now again, here's our long diphthong. So A becomes So my, right, life. Again, the diphthong becomes one sound. Ma, right, life. Good. And do whatever as you're making little notes, like, how did you get there? Like, what sounds do you want to write for yourself that you can then transfer into your scripts as you go, okay? And then, as I said, E becomes A. It's a dropped and return to the E. It's like A to E. We add a diphthong where there isn't one. We take one sound and make it a diphthong. We take diphthongs and make them one sound. So we take it's reversing stuff, okay? So, W, H, D, Z. W, H, D, Z. Scream. I heard a scream. Right. Felicia. And here's a wonderful thing, counting from 1 to 10 is like a jackpot. Look at all these great sounds that we do it, okay? So 1, and again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that would be, I would say you want to generally take FAW, 4, right? 5, 6, not 6, but 6. And then instead of 7, we would put the in. 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good guys, that's great. Let me see.
Doctor, how would you say married?
Married. Not married. That's very West Coast. And in the kind of more classical, like standard American, you say you distinguish those three sounds between, and married would be married. Like Mary, married. Mary, married. That would be like if you were speaking Shakespeare or whatever, or more upper East Coast. And we'd probably say Mary, married.
Mary.
Mary,
Mary.
married. In our dialect, yeah. Let's look at. You see anything else? We talked about the R's. Anything else? I want to go over sounds. E to I, ooh, good. Oh, we touched that. Oh, now I'm on that secondary sheet that I sent you. I'm on page 2 of that, and it's number 9. The diphthong of oi. Okay, and again, we make the diphthong not a diphthong. So instead of saying voice, going between o and e, voice, we say voice. Voice. We drop the e, we soften it. Like, that boy had a loud voice. That boy had a loud voice. Good. Then we said the diphthong of O, U, good, A, we did that, E, we did. Oh, and that's good too. So let's look at number 13 on page 3. We're talking about, especially for the mountain, more rural areas, there's a nasal, and you can kind of like hear in your head, like if I hear Reba McEntire, if I hear, Dolly Parton or whatever, or like, Willie Nelson, there's a lot of times a twang or a nasalization, adding a twang or a honking sound onto vowels. So you'd say, call. You got goes into your nasal pharynx up in here. Yeah, I wanted to call you. Well, thank you. Thank you. Well, that's rightly kind. Thank you. Thank you. That's right. So there's a nasalization to things, all right? So I call it don't be afraid to honk your way into it. It's kind of fun. All right? That's right. Staying at the honking R range, that's what I call it. And the T is often dropped if we talked after an N, after a nasal. So 20. Dainty. Intimate. Or it'd be it'd be like intimate. Instead of intimate. County. Like she is the prettiest girl. She's the prettiest girl in this county. She's the prettiest girl in this county. So what happens to your face? What are you starting to understand about how it lives in your mouth? What does it feel like? Say it how you normally say it. She's the prettiest girl in this county. Say however you would say it. She's the prettiest. Close your eyes and feel your face and feel like what's happening. She's the prettiest girl in this county. Now, feel your face and go, she's the prettiest girl in this county. What do you feel? Slack. Lazier, right? The slow south, right? The lazy south. And there's like a release in the jaw. Everything kind of drops, okay?
No jaw tension.
No jaw tension. Fantastic for singing, right? Yeah, so it's like, now say, close your eyes and say, I see the trees.
I see the trees.
Now feel your face and feel, I say the trees.
I say the trees.
Feel it? And you can kind of split the diff, like I say the trees. Trees. It's a little more close, like I'd say the trees. Yeah, right. Again, often the L's at the ends of sentences are swallowed or dropped. I'm now on number 16. Like myself. Help. Yeah, instead of help. Film. She likes going to the film. Now, instead of, what would you do over that I sound? What does it become? Film. She likes going to the film. Yes. So I would put like an eh and slash the L. That's how I would mark that word for myself to remind me. Let's see. And then Yeah, I would say for maybe African American folks and lower country folks, perhaps we may want to say I'm on now number. Well, let's go through 18 first. So again, it's weakening some syllables, right? So ignorant, fauna. Instead of like foreigner, fauna. Drop the middle. Particular. Regular. Everybody. Family. And look, instead of family, or family. Family. She comes from a very wonderful family. And that would be like a real, lovely, genteel, upper white Sally Slayton, Governor Slayton, Dorsey, the Franks, or Lucille certainly, people like that. People who were at that party, at the tea dance party. People who were like, oh, thanks for donating to this charity. All those people would be speaking like that. And when you switch to being like a mourner on the street, or the people in the courtroom that's like lower class, that are people that are left in, you could add more art color in, you could add more country bumpkin to it, and really distinguish in your posture and your dialect who you are. Not to mention your costuming, but really shift how much art color you put in, how far you drop your jaw, all that kind of stuff can really change how it comes off in the room. It's great. Let's go to... Oh, and this is good too. In some parts of the South, I'm on number 20, the sound. Like whale, which. So put your hand in front of your face and feel the puff of air. Whale, which. What? Okay, whatever. Now, lower class folks, whatever. Maybe upper class, Lucille, whatever. I don't know what you're talking about, whatever, whatsoever. Like Scarlett O'Hara, Lucille, that same kind of idea. Plantation folks, upper class folks, yeah. Okay. And then let's look at number 21. And this again would be like using the sound of ah as in law, and what's gone is more of a standard American or upper New England pass, grass, that would all be in the past. That's much more English and much more European. That'd all be in the past. Past or past. Just drop the jaw, loose. Wow, get off that grass. Or it could be grass. Make it, instead of grass, grass. Add the draw. Add the go through the Y-U-H. Grass. Past. Yeah.
So whatever we want them with adding the extra syllable, the graius, or depending on our character, I guess, or they can both be upper class. Both the graius.
Yes, they both can be. Maybe sometimes drawlin comes out in a word that's really operative that you really want to use for emphasis. Okay. I told you that was all in the past. Or it's it's 6:30. 6:30. Or 6:30. 6. Closer to ed. Instead of 6. And it's not sex, it's not a pure low ed, but it's like a high ed. But it's not an id. You feel it? 6:30. Just drop it, release. Yeah? Let's segue to, why don't we do some round robining? Let me look at the opening number. This is kind of like, we'll pick some stuff. It'll be like, well, this is really hard. Can I look at turn to page 21? I take requests, so that's good. Let's take it from page 2, and let's negotiate what we would first mark. So it's like again, God bless the sight. See where I am? We all come in?
Yes.
Okay. What would the first thing? So say the word normally. Again. Oh, what's the sound in the middle there? Therefore, what happens? What's it turn into? It. Again. Okay. God. And I would put like an AW instead of God. God. Stretch and move the face. God. What's the next sound? Bless. Now you could have a little bit more. God bless. Bless the side. Becomes God bless the side. So I would put like AWIH AH.
God bless the side.
And maybe, and depending what they want, if they want sat. Now maybe in this kind of anthem Confederate march number in the parade, instead of God bless the site, you might have God bless the site. We'd have more precision because we are marching and we are in a military parade celebration, you know. I would say this kind of number I would put on some final consonants, but if you were just colloquially talking, you might just say sight. Oh, she was such a sight, I tell you. I tell you. Okay. What's the next thing? I would maybe do that like a UH. Of. Throw out the L. Old. Instead of old. Old. Okay, and slash through the L's of hills. Hills. Old hill and EH. Old hills of Georgia. Old hills. EH. And then slash through the R of Georgia. And I would even put UH at the end. Georgia. Georgia. Or like AWUH. Slash through the R. You okay? Georgia. You okay? Bless you. God bless you. All right. The old red, R-I-D, R-I-H, red hills, red, so E becomes I, hills becomes hills. Old red hills are home.
What's the again?
What?
The old,
It could be they, like AY, they,
Okay.
almost closer to they. But if it's again, if it's more of a weak sound, like you're saying the old, you're getting to old, you're just playing, as opposed to saying I am with thee, Lord, and thee is a real operative. You would really do more of a on that. But you probably move through into the old red hills are home. Okay. So it becomes and you see how you're marking it? Make sense? Okay.
And then home is
So nail down to. Now kneel down to. EU. To. Nail. So like I would put like IH, AH, and then EU. Nail down to. Mm-hmm. What would you do for the next thing?
Right.
Prize. Mm-hmm. So lower. What's the next thing you do? Like A-O-U. Thou. A-O-U. Thou. And if they want it to be more tight, to have it be more praise those. That sounds almost like Irish. Praise those who stay. I think it's better for all of us, especially being kind of like the main population. We'd have more of an O sound, so I think we should go with the A-O-U. Right? Those who'd, EU, who'd, fight. A-H. Mm-hmm. Going on, what would you do next? Slash the R, fall. Those, A-O-U. Proud, A-H. And vale. Now this might be valiant. So like A-U-H, vile. Or A-O-U even. You know, however you want to like, what am I doing with my face? What would I mark? You know, let's look back at here. And men becomes what? Min. I-H. So let's say that's like, isn't it fun to kind of like, I say it, change it. For those proud and valiant men.
For those proud and men.
We'll sing
We'll sing
Dixie,
Dixie.
IH,
Is that like Dixie?
Dixie,
Dixie.
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 The lower sound at the end is lower than the I, the E in the middle. Dixie, once again. For the men of Marietta. And I think that Steve Perrin said they actually call it Murrieta, but I think we should call it Marietta. Locally they call it Murrieta. For slash the R. Slash the R, fathers. Fathers. UH, fathers of Atlanta. Cut that last T. Atlanta. Atlanta. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Georgia. Yes. Now, let's go into here. Who gave everything. IH. E becomes I. Right. Everything. And slush the ing. There's no just in. Everything for Georgia. Now, if Maryland wants everything for Georgia, you may want to have the ing on there, but technically it would be everything. Georgia slash the O slash the R and UH at the end. Yeah? And the old red hills of home. AOU. Home. Yeah. Now, a good thing to do, like just to kind of get your ear tuned into this. So here's some more. Here's actually my dear friend who does a lot of dialect work. She actually coached the film Selma, dialect-wise. And this is her grandmother at 80 years old. This is Ida May. And she's from Macon, Georgia, upper class, white, educated, but just a little bit south, like probably not that far, probably an hour from Atlanta is Macon. So just listen to. So what I literally do is I will go phrase by phrase. I'll go phrase by phrase, and I'll stop, and I'll just like clone it. Go back and like hear, close my eyes, and clone it, and just start to feel the dialect in our mouths. So let's just do a little Ida May together. Okay, we'll start and stop. Okay, Ida May. All right.
Without some distance
Hold on a second. It's hard to hear.
There's no way to talk about.
There's no way to talk about. Try that.
There's no way to talk about.
Let's do it again.
South without coming distance of the South in the South. I think for Georgia because I know.
I think for Georgia.
I think for Georgia.
Yes. So pitch is really important, especially among white folks. White upper class folks a lot of times use pitch for emphasis on a word they really want to pitch up and have you get in your ear. They'll use pitch. And sometimes they'll use pitch and length and drawl on it so you really understand what I'm talking about. Okay?
More about Georgia than any other state.
Than any other place. Any other place.
But there was a time in Georgia.
But there was a plane. There was a plane in Georgia. Do you have what we're doing it now? It'll be easier for you to be like right here or on your own computer. I'll put on a different sound that's a little bit louder. Here is this is a good African American dialect. Now, and I come back. That'd be all right. That's a little bit more urban. All right, I would say would be a little bit more of this period of 1913. Let's see. It's a bit more rural.
Memphis cross-section of dialects.
Well, it comes from the heart. It really does. I think a lot of people that sing country really, they really get into the music.
So, I think Think becomes thank, right? I thank a lot of people. Now I'm going to make it a little bit more Georgian and a little less Tennessee. I thank a little people who sing country. Country instead of country. Drop it lower. That's a genteel, deeper South sound than higher up in the Ozarks. Okay. I thank a lot of people who sing country. Sing. Not sing, but sing. That's the air. It becomes air, right? Sing country. Good.
I think
Thank.
they're not just singing a song.
I think they're not just singing a song. I think they're not just singing a song.
They're the feelings. A lot of people write on their lives. Like,
Yeah, on their lives. Do you hear that? Lives. Isn't that great? Instead of lives, not a diphthong, they make it one sound. Lives. Yes.
Dolly Parton, for instance, she wrote The Coat of Many Colors.
Now that might be more Mary Fagan, Mrs. Fagan. Coat of many colors. Okay, that's what she said. I'd say coat of many colors. Coat of many colors. So that instead of colors, there's that pulled back R coloring sound. Release the R and do a UH. Colors. Yes. Yeah.
This is pretty specific, but if an African American that was in the house, would they speak differently than the people like Jim Conley or Newt Lee? Would they speak a little bit differently?
Yes, but perhaps when they hang with their own, it would be like hanging out.
Okay.
But when they have to be on their gig or on their job, they might straighten it up a little bit, perhaps. It depends on who they are. It's kind of like in Shakespeare. Like, I'm talking with you in prose, and like, oh my God, the king came in, I'm suddenly in verse because of who's in the room, my relationship and respect to them. Yeah?
And she was a full girl from...
Let's get some more. We'll go further down in. Oh, is it catching up? Streaming. So. Come on now.
Come on.
Should we do, well, let's actually spend the last 5 minutes. Any requests? Should we take some requests? Go ahead.
Say the word patriarchs.
Okay, so let's just figure it out. So pay gets a little lower. Pay, right. Pay tree becomes tray. Patriarchs, and then like almost like OX, slash the R. Patriarchs. Instead of arcs, art. Patriarchs. Well, good. Other requests? Lines, lyrics, dialogues. Yeah.
Dustpan, so like dust.
Dustpan, I would say a more genteel, upper class, white, might say, dustpan.
Dustpan.
A dustpan. Or it could be dustpan, but it wouldn't be, then lower class might be dustpan. Someone who's more country, more rural, dustpan. So the guys who are like, the reporters are teasing Brit, or the people who come in and like the lynch mob, people like that, or people in the court, or Frankie or whatever, the kids who are poor and from the country, they might have much more of a twang and a drawl and a pull, rumbling and rolling, Yeah. Other questions? You have like 5 minutes. So gentlemen, what would you change? The and becomes what? Gentlemen. Well, like well, it's like well instead of well. Well, gentlemen. Yeah, I-H, well, gentlemen. Almost like will, gentlemen. But more relaxed, not so high. Not will, gentlemen, but well, gentlemen. It's a higher A, closer to an I. Yeah, what else? Good, those are great questions.
What about the word sorry?
Sorry. So instead of, again, the sorry becomes I, like lady. Many sorry. I'm so sorry, ma'am. Sorry for your loss. You have any questions? Ken, yeah. Nothing? Good.
Yeah,
You had a question about one of your lines?
let me find one.
Now look through your text and go like, ooh, how would I say this? And like, see if you can figure it out with those rules. Yeah. What? Oh, laugh. Did you ever, right? Ever. Because now, I would say because he's lower class. He's also country. They know each other from school and whatnot. So he'd be speaking closer to Mary, a little more country, more rural. So, did you ever, you could either say, did you ever, or did you ever, or did you ever see her laugh? You can say laugh. The little Y-U-H in there, laugh. Did you ever see her laugh? Uh-huh.
The words pure and endure.
Pure. I-U-H and slash the R. Pure, endure. Yeah, like with a Y in the middle, in like a liquid U, like a duke. Endure. Good question. Yeah. New York. Slash the R, and O-R becomes A-W. New York. New, it could be new, so U becomes EU. New York. New York. New York. W-A-Y-K. Sorry, W-A-W-K. W-A-W-K. What? Sorry. Hi, I just need to like see the blackboard in my head. Y-A-W-K. Okay, there we go. Okay. QR2 what? Okay.
Can we go over a little bit of the Dream of Atlanta? Since
Sure.
we have to-
What page are we on?
It's page 5.
Yep.
We all have to see it.
Okay, good. So let's go around the room. Let's loop it twice. We'll just like kind of, we'll zigzag and like, the back, front. We'll just like go around. Everyone will take a lyric and let's just, first, why don't we go through it really quickly and make our markings, and then we'll read it down in a round robin. And then we'll close it out. How's that sound? Okay? So, all right, what's the first thing you want to do? I-H, what else after that? Slash the R and put a U-H. Eva. What's the next thing you want to do? Slash the R and put what? Oh, and like A-W. Evermore. Okay, going on. E-H, lives. The, you, like maybe just U-H. What would you do there? A-Y, like drain, or, dry. Instead of dry. Of, U-H. Atlanta. Slash the T, the final T. And add a UH. It's more like Atlanta, like hot dog. Not hot dog, hot dog. Atlanta. It's a stop plosive. But to put the T, make a T, but don't make the T in the room. They make it a hot T. What? Okay. Evermore. Huh. E becomes eternal, and then slash that medial R. Eternal. UH. Eternal. It's not pride, but pride, like AH. And it's probably pride. There's probably a D there. Pride. There's probably a D there for just clarity, but all the vowels need to be correct, yeah? Going on? Now, exactly. Here's one of those nasalized sounds. Strong, like A-W-N, strong. And sure. So like U-H, slash the R. Any final R's or middle R's, slash them out. There's no sure, there's no tongue pulled back. Sure. Or it could be is, just to relax. Is the drain, A-Y, of, U-H, Atlanta, T-U-H at the end. What's next? Win. W-I-N. Win. Like I win the game. Yep. And it could be when. It could be when or just win. Huh. And then UH and UH. Brothers. Slash the final R. Ah slash the R. Ah. EU. Unified. Unified. So I'd be EU AH.
Unified.
EU, unified. It's not unified, yeah. Which it would be anyway, you still say unified.
But the it's like the nif. Is that
Unified. You could make it more of an eh, you could say unified. Yes, that's a good catch. Great job. Going on, what's the next one? And, sound. So AHN, sound of UH, huh slash the R, voice, AW. There's not voice, it's just voice. Vaw. Like AW, vaw. Aw, like aw, what a sweet puppy. Voice. Is clearer. Are you clearer? RUH slash the R, the final R. What's next?
when.
IN, win, yeah. When. Huh, UH. P becomes what? Pay. AEY. People. What's the next sound? Ah. AH. Proud. Like just proud. I would just have like it be like an AH. Proud. Or proud. Like a. Proud. It could be like AUH or some proud. However you want to, just know you're not going to go proud. Proud. Drop the jaw. And what's the next sound? What about free? AY. Fray. Like into the fray. 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 And it's not fray, it's not all the way to fray, but it's in the middle. Fray. It's not free, right? It's released. Going on? Not a star. Star, AAH slash the R. To the sky, AH. Sky, no diphthong. Could, and there's like UH, could be, like BAY, bay, like Chesapeake Bay. Okay. Nearer, RUH, slash the final R. What's the next one?
Then my
Then, now we play then my heart. Then my heart. Then my heart. Right. MAH slash the R of heart and MAAH. Then my heart is Atlanta, TUH, to they. Let's round robin. Begin. What's your name?
Brian.
Hi Brian, nice to meet you. I'm Joshua. And what's your name?
Spencer.
Hey Spencer, nice to meet you. First day, right?
Yes.
Brian and Spencer, lads. Hey, nice to meet you. All right, let's give it a go.
Evermore lives the dream of Atlanta.
Good. Next.
Evermore her eternal,
More.
Evermore her eternal pride.
Good. Next.
Strong and sure is the dream of Atlanta.
Yeah, dream. There you go. Good. Next.
When her brothers are unified.
Good. When her brothers. When her brothers are unified. There you go. Good. Next.
And the sound of her voice is clearer.
Good. And the sound
And the sound
of her voice.
of her voice.
Yeah, like her. H-U-H. Her. Her voice.
Of her voice is
Clearer.
clearer.
That's right. There's a lot of at the end for you. Dropping the jaw more. Good. Doing next.
When her people are proud and free.
When her people.
I thought we said when.
When?
We said people.
People. When her people. It's a relaxed E. It's closer to A, but not all the way to A. When her people are proud and free. Try to hear it one more time. Let's see that one again.
When her people are proud and free.
Nice. Really good. Next.
Not a star to the sky could be nearer.
Good. Enjoy the long R sounds there. Not a star in the sky. Be more romantic. The South is very kind of romantic with that slow drawl, y'all. Okay? Not a star in the sky.
The sky could be nearer.
Good. Next.
Then my heart is Atlanta today.
Nice. Good. Start at the top. Next.
Evermore lives the dream of Atlanta.
Good. Great sound substitutions. Sam, do it now. Just split the difference so it's not as like is, like not as ever, right? Ever. So it's not ever, it's ever. It's like a higher e, almost on the way to e. Yeah? Evermore. More. Yeah, evermore. Mm-hmm.
Lives the dream of Atlanta.
Nice. Next.
Evermore, her eternal pride.
Eternal. Yeah, eternal. Really drop the jaw. Pride. Good. Next.
Strong and sure is the dream of Atlanta.
Good. Sure.
Sure.
Nice. Next.
When her brothers are unified.
Lovely. Next.
And the sound of her voice is clearer.
Good. Sound. Like A-H-N. Sound. Sound of a voice. Voice. So get rid of that diphthong. You just make it one aw, like voice. Try one more time.
And the sound of her voice is clearer.
Good. Next.
When her people are
Good.
proud and afraid.
Nice.
Not a star to the sky could be
Be nearer.
nearer.
Right. So like instead of bay, it's like two like like Bay Park. No, it's like bay. Still think that you're you're thinking that you're saying B, but just relax your face and drop the jaw. Bay. And feel the two sounds, the I, bay. Right. Next.
Then my heart is Atlanta to thee.
Atlanta. Atlanta to thee.
Atlanta to that.
Final two, or final three. Hi. Yeah, sure.
Evermore lives the dream of Atlanta.
Good.
Evermore her eternal pride.
Eternal.
Eternal.
Drop and get rid of that like UH, eternal. Yes, no R in the middle at all. Good, you guys. Do you have any closing questions? You kind of know how to start to mark this, look at these sounds, and start to plug and play? Yes. That was really good. That was great. And if you ever want to it could be like, can you say this line for me? I'll do that. Or like, I'll be like, let's figure it out together. Let's take a second over here and a break, and we'll sketch it out and we know we'll record, okay? All right, cool. Yeah.